Right. So let's take questions on this combined as well as the finite length wire. So Pella, find the magnetic field at the center of the square loop.
Sir, could you go to the previous page?
I didn't do anything new. ये सब
Sir,
वही है जो
before
शायद
this.
आपके नोट्स में होगा. Yes, Rahul.
Sir, could you go to the previous page before this page?
अच्छा, before this page, okay.
Yes.
Right. Miss the Friday class, you can see the recording and then maybe you can discuss in the coming Friday class. So, question is find the magnetic field at the center of square. Find the magnetic field at the center of square loop. Side length is I and sorry, side length is A and current is I. We have to find the magnetic field at the center of this square. So we can consider this as combination of four wire. पहले हम एक की magnetic field निकाल लें and then we'll have to find the if all of the wires produce magnetic field in the same direction, we just multiply by 4 because by the symmetry it is going to be the same magnetic field.
So will it be
So it will be,
zero?
yes, beta.
Won't it be zero if it's at the center?
No, it won't be zero. No, if you check the magnetic field by using right hand palm rule. So now due to wire AB, what is the direction of magnetic field?
So inwards?
Inwards. What about due to CD?
Yes, it's inwards for.
Inwards only, right?
Yes, sir.
Due to AB and due to CD, though the current is opposite, but because of the position of wire, they both produce magnetic field in the same direction. It may seem that they are opposite, so their magnetic field should cancel out, but actually they will be added up. Magnetic field due to each wire, formula was mu naught I by 4 pi r. R is the perpendicular distance. Sin alpha plus sin beta. Alpha and beta are the angles that the wire end make at the center, that the end of the wire makes. So here r distance it becomes a by 2 and these angles are alpha and beta, that will be 45 45. So alpha is equal to beta, that is 45. Perpendicular distance r is equal to a by 2. So mu naught I by 4 pi times a by 2 sine 45 plus sine 45. Right? This is for one wire. There are such four wires, so we will multiply by 4. We'll multiply by 4. It becomes net
2 root 2 mu naught I upon pi.
So to calculate the net, we'll multiply by 4 and net magnetic field will be 4 times V, that becomes 4. And this is how much? Mu naught I, ये cancel होके 2 हो गया. 2 pi A and 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 become root 2. So 2 root 2 mu naught I divided by pi times A. This is the magnitude of magnetic field. Direction के लिए, if we take it as a complete closed loop, circular loop, then magnetic field is going into the plane. Then magnetic field is going into the plane, so it will be into the plane. Or for each wire also, you can decide it is going into the plane only. correct? Right. So this is for a finite length wire, and then we multiply by 4. Next, magnetic field. Calculate the magnetic field at point O in the following diagrams. Find magnetic field at point O. And this is the wire, semi-infinite wire. Then there is a semicircular wire. If you are not able to understand the direction, I will explain this on the board like the last time for the direction. But let's first figure out from your side what will be the.
Mu
This we
naught
did last
I.
time?
Yes, sir, we did it last time.
We did this, I think. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's do slight change. Find the magnetic field at point O. There are three parts of the wire. One is semi-infinite, second is semicircle, and third is again semi-infinite wire. Calculate the magnetic field separately, and then we will do the vector sum or resultant of these three vectors. पहले वाले वायर के लिए मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का फॉर्मूला तो है म्यू नॉट आई अपॉन 4 पाई आर. What is the direction of magnetic field due to wire 1? Rudra?
Outwards.
Outwards? Right. So magnetic field current नीचे की तरफ है, thumb को नीचे की तरफ रखेंगे. Open your palm towards O. Then upward is magnetic field which is coming out of the plane. If it is coming out of the plane, then it is dot. Due to the second loop, which is a semicircle loop, the magnetic field formula will be mu naught I by 4r, and it is clockwise, so going into the plane. And due to wire 3, Rahul, what is the direction of magnetic field due to wire 3? It is a semi-infinite, so I wrote the magnitude. What's the direction due to wire number 3? So Rahul, use your right hand palm, find the direction of magnetic field due to wire 3 at point O.
Yes, sir, it would be towards the outwards of the plane. Outwards.
Amida?
Sir, outwards the plane.
Outwards. Okay, how? Explain. Stretch your right hand palm, place thumb in the direction of current. Place thumb in the direction of current, stretch your palm towards point O, and then give a slap. It is going in or it is coming out? Rahul,
Yes, sir.
thumb को रखो current की तरफ, stretch your finger towards point O और थप्पड़ लगाओ. अंदर है या बाहर है?
Yes, sir.
Going in or going out? Are you getting what I'm saying or should I show on board?
सर एक बार बोर्ड पे दिखा दिए.
अच्छा, wait. Place your right hand thumb. थंब को रखना है करंट की तरफ और हाथ को ओपन करना है towards the. You have to open, stretch your palm towards that point, then give a slap. If it is coming outwards, then magnetic field is out of the plane. If it is going inwards, then magnetic field is into the plane.
Recording in progress.
Is the board visible?
Yes, sir. The
Yes,
board.
sir.
Okay. Right. So place your right hand thumb in the direction of current and then stretch the palm towards point O. So due to wire one thumb नीचे की तरफ, finger point की तरफ, upward magnified, it is coming out of the plane. Right? Second one clockwise into the plane. Third one, stretch your right hand palm again, thumb in the direction of current, palm towards point O and give a slap. Slap is going inside. So due to wire 3, magnetic field is into the plane. Due to wire 1, it is out of the plane. Due to wire 2, is again it is into the plane. Rahul,
Oh, okay, sir.
okay. Magnetic field due to 1 and 3 are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So since it is equal in magnitude but opposite direction, they will cancel out each other and net magnetic field will be left only of that semicircular loop. Net magnetic field will be only of B2 because B1 and B3 are equal and opposite. They cancel out each other. B3 is into the plane, B1 is out of the plane. These two will cancel out each other. Therefore, so I'm continuing on the tab. If required, I'll come on board again to explain. Okay, so to find the resultant, B is equal to B1 plus B2, B1 minus, sorry, B2 and B3 are in same direction. So B2 and B3 will be added and B1 will be subtracted. So it will just come out mu naught I by 4 times R and it is into the plane. Right, next case, find the magnetic field at the point given point O and it is the equilateral triangle centroid. Current I is flowing in the each wire, side length is A. Calculate the magnetic field at the centroid. Centroid is equidistant from each wire. You have to use the same logic that we use for the square. Calculate for 1 and then multiply by 3. Calculate the magnetic field at point O. Yes, try.
So is the line joining the vertex with centroid also the angle bisector?
Yes, this will be angle bisector. So basically, if we calculate for each wire, we have to find this perpendicular distance and we have to find these two angles alpha and beta. For each wire, magnetic field will be mu naught I by 4 pi R sine alpha plus sine beta, and there are such 3 wires. So we'll multiply by 3. Just try.
3 root 3 mu naught I upon 4 pi R बता रहा हूँ.
Yes, boss. Got it? What is the value of R?
So 8 times theta by 2 will be R.
Yeah, so this half is base is A by 2, angle is 30 degree. R by A by 2 is tan theta, so R is A by 2 tan 30. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. R comes out A by 2 root 3. Substitute here mu naught I by 4 pi A by 2 root 3. What is the value of alpha and beta?
60 degree.
60, 60. This is 30, 30, so it becomes 60, 60. Sin 60 plus sin 60 become root 3. Sorry, root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2 become root 3. Mu naught I upon 2 pi a, एक नीचे का root 3 और ये इन दोनों का root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2 become 3. So that is 3 times mu naught I by 2 pi a. What is the direction, Bharat? What is the direction of magnetic field due to side AB?
We will use root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta.
Direction पूछा मैंने यार, क्या बोल? I'm asking the direction of magnetic field due to wire AB. जो नीचे वाली बेस की साइड है उसकी वजह से. Meher, what will be the direction of magnetic field due to wire AB? Use that right hand palm rule. Meher. Meher. Use your right hand palm again, place in the direction of current and then stretch your palm towards point O. Yes, what is the direction of magnetic field?
Out of the plane.
Direction of magnetic field due to this. The wire has current from left to right. This is AB. Bharat. Bharat.
Yes.
Yes. Use your right hand. Palm in the direction of current and palm towards point O and give a slap. It's coming out of the plane. Meher. So magnetic field current is towards right. Palm stretch your palm. It is coming out of the plane. Due to this wire, it is out of the plane. Similarly, due to the second wire, thumb in the direction of current. Stretch your palm towards O, upward, outwards. Likewise, due to third wire, thumb to direction of current. Give your stretch your palm outwards, again outwards. All the three wires give the magnetic field in the same direction, which is outward. So we will just add them. Multiply by 3 will be the net magnetic field at point O. Right, so magnetic field, when we calculate direction, the better version is using that palm rule, the slap rule. This is due to each wire. बेटा अभी डायरेक्शन आ गई समझ में भरत? मिस्टर भरत?
Yes, sir.
You understood how to find the direction?
Yeah.
Net magnetic field will be 3 times V, so that becomes 3 into 3, 9 mu naught I by 2 pi A. Nine mu naught I by 2 pi A, and the direction, because each of them are in the same direction, it will be coming out of the plane. Magnetic field due to any finite length wire, we calculate using this approach. First, find due to 1 and then multiply by the number of wires. So it is a generalized formula for n-sided regular polygon. Magnetic field at the center of n-sided regular polygon. So current in each loop is in each wire is I, and suppose the side length is A. We have to find the magnetic field at the center. So in this case, side length is A. We have to determine the perpendicular distance from the center, and we have to determine the angle on both the sides. We have to find this angle alpha and beta, and we have to find this perpendicular length. Right? What will be angle alpha and beta? Who will tell? Okay. Angle alpha and beta. Total angle at the center is 2 pi. Since there are n-sided polygons, so total angle formed by each side is 2 pi by n. Angle formed by each side is 2 pi by n, and it is divided equally into two parts. So alpha and beta both will be pi by n. So we got alpha and beta. Alpha and beta both pi by n, and then perpendicular distance is r. We have to find the value of r in terms of a. So r divided by a by 2, again it will be equal to tan pi by n. Considering this triangle, perpendicular length, sorry, I think it is cot pi by n. R is the base, a by 2 is the perpendicular. So angle is pi by n. R by a by 2 is cot pi by n. The perpendicular distance of each wire from the center is a by 2 cot pi by n. We have the value of alpha beta, we have the perpendicular distance. First calculate it to each wire and then multiply with n, because each wire produces exactly same magnetic field in the same direction. This is clear. Perpendicular distance r. This is base upon perpendicular is cot theta, so it becomes cot pi by n. We got the value of r, we got the value of alpha and beta. Magnetic field is mu naught I by 4 pi r sine alpha plus sine beta. This is due to each wire. Due to each wire, magnetic field comes mu naught I divided by 4 pi. R is A by 2 times cot pi by n and multiply by sin pi by n plus sin pi by n. Net magnetic field we will multiply by n. Net magnetic field at center, this will multiply with n, it becomes n times b, and that will be n into mu naught I divided by 2 pi a into cot pi by n into 2 sin pi by n. Mu naught times n I cot pi by n into sin pi by n. This is the net magnetic field at the center. At the center of n-sided regular polygon.
एक बार लास्ट पे दिखा दो. Yes sir, noted.
Done. अब इसी में अगर n को infinity put कर देंगे, then this formula will become mu naught I by mu naught I by 2r. Correct? Okay. Net magnetic field is n times b, and so ये हमने कर लिए cases for the regular finite length wire and curved wire, and I think we also did magnetic field at the center of rotating charge. If suppose a charge is rotating or revolving in a circle, magnetic field at center of rotating charge. It may be point charge, it may be a ring, it will be again considered similar to a current only. Charge q moving with velocity v on a circle of radius r. This charge movement can be considered as a current, equivalent amount of current. I will be equal to q by t. And if we have the magnetic equivalent current, then we have the formula for magnetic field at the center of circular loop. Right?
So I think we've done
Okay.
this.
So I think we did this.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So time के लिए हम 2 pi by omega 2 pi r by v or 1 upon frequency. Even if suppose it is a ring, even if it is a ring of charge q moving with the same angular velocity omega, it will also be giving the same formula. If there's a total charge q on a uniformly charged ring, the magnetic field will be again given by same. But if it is a disk, then there will be a circle of different radius that we have to integrate. We will do one such question later on, not now. Magnetic field due to Biot-Savart law is for a very small element. We use that law to derive magnetic field due to circular loop. Hmm. Very nice. नेक्स्ट केस है, तो जैसे हमारे पास एक मेथड था इन इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड टू फाइंड द मैग्नेटिक फाइंड द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ऑफ अ सिमेट्रिकल रीजन, गॉस लॉ. Likewise, in the case of magnetic field, we have another mathematical version to find the magnetic field called as Ampere's circuital law. The questions involving integration, that ring type or this type of question, we will do after finishing this part. At the end, in the miscellaneous problem, we will solve questions involving integration. As of now, we are using only the direct formula based. So Ampere's circuital law is applicable for any type of magnetic field. It is not like the not like the Gauss law, because Gauss law, this integral represented a physical quantity which is called as electric flux. The total electric flux passing through a surface is 1 by epsilon naught times charge passing through it. Here it is. Line integral of magnetic field B dot dl is equal to mu naught times current passing through it. It has to be a loop. That's why there is a line integration dl. In the case of magnetic field, it was supposed to be closed surface. That's why it was area integral. So in the case of magnetic field, the Ampere circuital law says the line integral of magnetic field the line integral of magnetic field over a closed loop, the line integral of magnetic field over a closed loop is mu naught times current passing through the loop, or current passing through the loop. Now in this case, that B dot dl is not like any physical quantity. We cannot say it as magnetic flux. B dot dA will be called magnetic flux. Right, so mu naught is the permeability of the medium surrounding region. So if again it is vacuum, it will be 4 pi into 10 raised to power minus 7. If suppose the region in which magnetic field is present, then it will be changed according to the medium. So theoretically, again, it is applicable for all the shape of loop, but practically we can apply only for the symmetrical loop around the symmetrical magnetic field. So the properties are somewhat similar to the Gauss law. Suppose there are multiple wires, current I1 is going out, I2 is going in, again I3 is coming out. And now, as per this law, we can choose any random shape of the loop. Loop means it may be circle, it may be ellipse, it may be rectangle, it may be square, but it cannot be a sphere. A sphere will become a surface. So we have to consider a two-dimensional shape. So Ampere's circuital law is defined, or it is applicable for all the shape of loop. just we have to follow a sign convention for the current. It is applicable for all shape of loop, all shapes of closed loop. But is applied for only, is applied for symmetrical loop only to calculate magnetic field. Symmetrical loop to calculate magnetic field. Right. So, like in this case, if we consider a loop, we can take any shape of loop. Suppose we take a, this is an imaginary loop, just like we draw a Gaussian surface. This is not the magnetic field. This is the assumed closed loop that we took in the form of circle. We could have taken rectangle, hexagon, any kind of two-dimensional shape we can take. Okay, so अब इसमें जो लूप है इसमें हमारी मर्जी है कि हम dl का इंटीग्रेशन एंटी क्लॉकवाइज करने वाले हैं, because dl is length vector, so we can go anti-clockwise or we can take clockwise, because that is in our choice. B is already decided. B we don't know. B we don't know. B we have to find. But yes, dl integration. So when we are taking anti-clockwise, when we are taking anti-clockwise, if we do our hand, then right hand, then thumb points upwards. So if dl is anti-clockwise, then it will be going out of the plane. So that means for the anti-clockwise integration, the current that comes out will be taken positive. If the dl is anti-clockwise, the current coming out of the plane will be taken with positive sign and vice versa. If current going into is negative, and likewise for clockwise integration, current going in will be taken positive and current coming out will be taken negative. Right?
Yes.
Correct. So similarly, in this particular loop, the loop that we have taken here, for loop as shown, for loop number 1, the integration of b dot dl. अभी b तो हमें पता है नहीं, हम किसी भी डायरेक्शन में ले लेते हैं. That will depend upon b1, i1 and i2 respective strength. कौन सी करंट ज्यादा है? b dot dl will be equal to mu naught. क्योंकि हमने एंटी क्लॉकवाइज इंटीग्रेट किया है, तो हम यहाँ लूप बनाएंगे थोड़ा 3D फील लेने के लिए. This wire will be like this. Current is coming up and here current is going in. So एंटी क्लॉकवाइज इंटीग्रेशन में जो बाहर की तरफ करंट आती है उसको पॉजिटिव लेते हैं, जो करंट अंदर की तरफ जाएगी उसको नेगेटिव लेंगे. I3 is not in the loop, so we'll not include that current in this Ampere's law. Integration of b dot dl is mu naught times I1 minus I2. Right? If you would have taken clockwise, like suppose there are multiple wires, I1, I2, I3, I4, and we take a clockwise loop. This is a closed loop, any shape. It's not necessary to apply. We can take any loop. We can take square, we can take rectangle, we can take ellipse. But for symmetry, when we have to determine the magnetic field formula, then we will prefer using it only for the symmetrical symmetry. But we can identify symmetry only if we know the magnetic field direction already. In this case, integration of b dot dl is is mu naught times. So now the current is going, I1 is coming upwards, which is opposite to our sign convention. So I1 will be taken with a negative sign, minus I1. Clockwise integration, so into the plane will be positive, I2 is positive, I3 is positive, and I4 is negative. That is integration of B dot. I hope you understood how to choose the direction which is positive and which is negative. Clear? Rahul? एंटी क्लॉकवाइज इंटीग्रेट कर रहे हैं अगर तो बी और डीएल सेम डायरेक्शन में, क्लॉकवाइज करेंगे तो बी एंड डीएल अपोजिट हो जाएगा, अपोजिट हो जाएगा मींस देयर विल बी cos 180 एंड दैट इज व्हाई देयर इज अ साइन चेंज, प्लस बिकम माइनस. Yes, boss, any doubt in this part, please ask. Any doubt till now? Magnetic field को
No
integrate करना है, it is a pure maths. It is not a law that has been derived by using experiment. This is a mathematical version. Fine. Okay. So next is a little complicated type of questions that have been asked. Is so there are multiple current, like this cross and dot is showing the direction of current. I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, that's it, something like this. I4 only. These are the current. Now the imaginary loop that we have to draw, we can write in any direction. We can assume in any direction. A loop that has been taken, so suppose we started from here and we are going like this. This is a loop. We are not completing a loop symmetrically. This is a random direction of loop. And again, we came back to the same point. So the path of loop, the DL loop, basically path means DL integration, is being performed like this and then revert back, goes into the same point. It is a closed loop. For any closed loop, we can apply the Ampere's circuital law. Here cross and dot represent the direction of current. So if we apply for this arrow, the arrow that it is shown here, first loop, if we include this as a loop, the arrow from the top and bottom makes it clockwise. For a clockwise current, when magnetic field, when current is going into the plane, it is positive. So first I1 is positive. Second case, it become anti-clockwise. For anti-clockwise, out of the plane, current is taken positive. So I2 will be taken positive. For the third one, clockwise into the plane is taken positive, and fourth one is anti-clockwise. So though I2 and I4 are opposite direction, but because of our direction of integration, it has been taken positive in all the four cases, right? Yes, boss. ये डायग्राम समझ में आया? ये क्या किया हमने? What is this? Arnav, understood this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it will depend upon the direction in which we use the DL integration. That is the method, right? Ampere's circuital law for this. First application of Ampere's circuital law is that we can determine the magnetic field in the symmetrical region. When magnetic field is symmetrical, we can calculate it without the integration. We can directly calculate with the help of Ampere's circuital law. So again, these steps are same. Steps are similar, not exactly same, but it will be similar to the Gauss law. Application of Ampere's circuital law is to determine the magnetic field in the symmetrical region. To find the magnetic field, in a symmetrical region. So first we have to find whether that field is symmetrical or not. Like for example, if you want to do the magnetic field, derive the formula for magnetic field due to circular loop. अब लूप की मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज इट अ सिमेट्रिकल फील्ड यस और नो लूप के लिए इफ यू प्लेस अवर राइट हैंड सपोज करें नीचे से ऊपर आ रही ऊपर से अंदर only on the axis it was straight line, otherwise it will become curved because this point is not symmetrical, just like the magnet. So it will make a closed loop. Obviously this magnetic field line is not symmetrical. This is not symmetrical, so we cannot use that Ampere's circuital law. Well, we can Ampere's circuital law, but the formula of magnetic field cannot be derived. What about finite wire? Again, finite wire only at the center it will be loop, otherwise it will be making some closed loop like this. Again, so it will not be a. Again, you can recall the same concept when we did in electric field calculation. For a finite length wire, the magnetic field that starts, electric field that starts from center, that was only symmetrical. Otherwise, it gets bent one side. So same will be here. So for a loop or for a finite length wire, magnetic field cannot be calculated by using Ampere's circuital law. We have Gauss-Seibert law, and we did derive these two formula by using the electric Gauss-Seibert law for the magnetic field. So if you have to do the symmetric, first we identify the symmetry region. Step one is draw an Ampere loop. Ampere loop means imaginary loop that is not there. We are just trying to apply the integration of B dot dl. Imaginary loop over the magnetic field line. Now, why it is required over the magnetic field line? Because only if it is on the magnetic field line, B and dl both will be in the same direction. Theta will be 0, and that dot product we can take B and dl. Symmetrical with respect to current distribution. Symmetrical with respect to current distribution. Right? Second, then we apply B dot dl, we'll integrate. So like first case is magnetic field due to infinitely long straight wire. Magnetic field due to straight infinite long wire. Only for infinite wire that magnetic field is symmetrical, और उसकी symmetry हमें पता है. It is in the form of concentric circles. ऊपर जितना वायर है नीचे भी उतना वायर है, so हर एक पॉइंट से ऊपर और नीचे से same pressure, and it will be in the form of. So now this solid line is the magnetic field. Since we know r distance पे किसी पॉइंट से अगर हमें magnetic field पता करनी है, तो पहले हमें magnetic field का shape पता होना चाहिए. and then we integrate this over the length vector. So take a small loop, a small length dl, b over it, integrate. Integration of b dot dl is equal to mu naught times I. So हमने क्या करना है, हमें इसके ऊपर एक छोटा सा circular loop draw करना है. That will be the Ampere loop. This dotted one is a loop that we have drawn. This solid one was magnetic field. Consider a circular loop passing through that point P जहां पर हमें magnetic field पता करनी है. Consider a circular loop passing through that point P where magnetic field we have to find. Passing through point P where apply Ampere's law. So B and DL in same direction. B into DL into cos 0 will be mu naught times I, and this is a circle of radius r, as we can see from the diagram. We will take B outside. We'll take B outside. Integration of DL will be mu naught I. DL का integration, total length of the circumference will become 2 pi r. So B DL integrate करेंगे, total length will become 2 pi r is equal to mu naught I. The magnetic field B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. The formula that we did a very long calculation, पहले alpha beta के लिए finite wire, we did integrate for a small length, then we do the alpha and beta both 90-90. Right? Okay. So magnetic field due to infinite wire, ये हम already वैसे भी calculate कर चुके थे. We can directly do it like mu naught I by 2 pi r. But not even for semi-infinite, because semi-infinite will also not be a symmetrical magnetic field. This is for infinitely thin wire. Now, second case for which we could not use the Biot-Savart law. Biot-Savart law we can apply only when it is a very, very thin, very thin finite wire. Second case is magnetic field due to hollow cylindrical wire or hollow cylindrical pipe, but we have to specify that current is hollow cylindrical wire of infinite length having current along its axis, along its length or axis. Right, so now this is a case of thin wall cylinder. Now the current can also be along this circular cross section. So that's why we need to specify. It is going to infinity. It's infinitely long. The current, total current I is coming out only through this wall or only through the surface. Total current is I and the radius is R. Right, having current along its length. अब इसकी रेडियस है कैपिटल आर और हमें पहले तो ये पता करना है इसकी मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइन का शेप कैसा होगा. इट विल बी अगेन अ सर्कुलर लूप बिकॉज द सिमेट्री इज सर्कुलर ओनली. As in the case of hollow sphere, we had two positions inside and outside. Similarly, here also the magnetic field we have to define in a region outside this cylinder or inside. बाहर किसी पॉइंट पे निकलना है, वहां से पास होने वाला एक एम्पियर लूप बनाएंगे. So हमें सिमेट्री पता है इसलिए हम डायरेक्टली सर्कल ही चूज करेंगे. We don't have to use any other shape. As long as symmetry is circular, we have to use circular loop only. dl b into dl, integrate this. Integration of b dot dl will be mu naught times total current, और total current इधर अंदर कितनी है? I. The total current inside is I only. Integrate this. B and dl are in same direction, so फिर से ये formula. Outside के लिए the formula will be same. Magnetic field outside, dl को integrate. Right. Outside magnetic field formula comes out exactly similar to that of a single wire. जो एक वायर के एक्सेस पे रखने से मैग्नेटिक फील्ड प्रोड्यूस होती है, सेम मैग्नेटिक फील्ड will be produced by this hollow sphere as long as we are outside the cylinder, not a sphere. Second position is when we take a point lying inside. So all the methods are exactly similar to that of all the method is exactly similar to that of Gauss law, as you can see. Second is when we are inside. तो जब हम सिलेंडर के अंदर किसी पॉइंट पर होंगे, inside r is less than capital R, we have to draw a circular loop again. This is the cylinder through which current is passing. Current is only on the surface because it is hollow from inside. So if you choose a loop passing inside, there won't be any current in it. And if there is no current, that means no magnetic field will be there, just like the electric field inside a hollow spherical shell is always zero. Any point which lies at distance r, if we consider a loop, the net magnetic field B dot dl is equal to mu naught into 0 because no current is enclosed. B in into 2 pi r is 0, which means B inside is 0. Hollow cylinder के अंदर magnetic field 0 होगी. Outside magnetic field is again similar to that of a single wire that we can assume on its axis. B versus R. Inside it is 0 till r is equal to capital R, it is 0, and outside it is inversely proportional to r. When we go on the left hand side, जैसे right side में palm rule से अंदर होगी magnetic field into the plane, left side is coming out of the plane, so when we draw on the other side, it will be negative. Right?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So that is the magnetic field due to hollow sphere. Next class we will do for solid sphere, solenoid, and toroid. So we'll first do the all derivation and then at the end we will do the miscellaneous questions to little proceed the syllabus. AP sir has already completed this chapter. So please revise that also before joining this class. It will be a revision plus more numerical practice. Okay then, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
Thank you, sir.